Brockport Writers Forum is an essential piece of Brockport's literary community. It helps connect people through a love of stories. Literature helps unify people through understanding shared experiences. Writers Forum exemplifies this by allowing authors to read their stories aloud to better connect with their audiences. For 60 years, the SUNY Brockport English Department has invited 10 authors a year to visit Brockport and read from their work.
The one thing that's uh, that's kind of special about it and distinguishes it from other series is that as long as we've been doing this, the visiting authors have given interviews, and the interviews have been recorded in the SUNY Brockport studios in a variety of media, depending on what people were using, various sort of film and now digital. And so we have a catalog of these, an archive of them that go back like 60 years with, really well-known and important writers. And so that's sort of what the Writers Forum is. It's usually a Q&A question and answer session with the authors. And students in the class can ask both specifically about the author's work, but then also about how to get published or the writing industry, things like that. And that's sort of the basic, those are the basic elements of it.
Three authors featured at Writers Forum found their writing to be a source of expression for their hardships with losing or being separated from their parents. Writers Forum gave them a space to talk about their work and, in turn, their hardships. By creating a community experience, Writers Forum helped them to understand their own emotions. John Berryman, one of the earliest authors invited on Writers Forum, was an accomplished poet and English professor at the University of Minnesota. His work was haunted by the death of his father. He tragically took his own life outside of John's bedroom window when he was just 11, repeatedly showing up in his poems such as Dream Song 145 and Dream Song 235. His father played a central figure in his literary work.
One time I was feeling very depressed and having a conversation with Robert Lowell, my old pal. And I said to him, very gloomy, now what about this business that we have devoted our lives to?
Berryman's life unfortunately paralleled his father's, from his drinking problem and complex relationships to his inevitable suicide. He also abused substances to cope before turning to literature. Born in Hawaii in August of 1955, Kathy Song's work revolved around her experiences growing up as an Asian American woman. Her writing goes in depth about the way her culture influenced her life, taking the time to navigate and learn. These poems were written with relatability in mind to help readers understand that they aren't alone in their struggles. Not only were her poems written about her culture, but they focused on her family as well. Song's mother suffered from depression and dementia, which has caused a mental separation between mother and daughter. Initially losing her mother to depression, once Song felt as though she had gotten her mother back, she lost her again through a never-ending cycle that has only worsened with her mother's dementia diagnosis. Trapped in a mental prison, Song wanted nothing but to break her out, as referenced in her poem, The Riverbed. Yet, all she could do was be there for her. So, she resorted to literature as a coping mechanism, spilling her every thought onto paper. If it weren't for her culture and family, Song wouldn't have reached the level of notoriety she now has. Here is a clip of Song discussing her work on Writers Forum.
It's a goodbye to the past, but also goodbye to that present moment, because it's going to be changed by the introduction of a new being and a new perspective.
Similar to Song, the intersection of Edwidge Danticat's culture and family took on a huge role in her work. Danticat moved from Haiti to the United States as a child in order to be reunited with her family. Her work features novels, poetry, and children's books. Many of her novels center around Haiti, depicting issues related to political violence, cross-cultural experiences, and family dynamics. Danticat used writing as a form of defiance, a way to critique and comment on the world around her, even when it was looked down upon.
Because when I had finished these stories and it was time for them to come together, and I started writing this epilogue and started reviewing my relationship with writing. When I was younger, when I was living in Haiti, living under dictatorship, writing was a very dangerous profession. A lot of the people who were exiled, who were killed, were writers.
This perspective on writing that Danticat grew up with played a huge role in how she approached literature moving forward. Her more profound novels, like Breath, Eyes, and Memory, and The Farming of Bones, featured themes of conflicting identity, loss of family, and even ethnic cleansing. Her work in children's literature, such as Mama's Nightingale and My Mommy Medicine, maintain these themes in a subtler and more digestible manner for a younger audience. Her books are not only well written, but educational.
Reading is fun and reading is important, and writers today generally don't view themselves as inaccessible at all. A lot of the writers, like, there used to be a sense of like genre fiction, science fiction, or fantasy being one kind of literature, but sort of literary fiction was something else. That's totally breaking down. Really good writers are writing in all sorts of genres and are interested in all sorts of writing, and there's something for everyone, and it's sort of just really exciting to see how literature is becoming more accessible and interesting and exciting, I think, to just everyday readers. And so I hope the Writers Forum is helping people to connect with literature in that way.
For the past 60 years, Writers Forum has provided Brockport with a variety of literature, spanning from poems to novels to even graphic novelists. Not only has Brockport been unified through the works themselves, but the importance behind these stories.